Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha with Ice Cream Fitness here. And once again it is time for the Monday Q&As, and I know a lot of you, after seeing the drama this weekend and the announcement put up on my Facebook page this morning, a lot of you probably want to know about the whole lame Nordstrom incident and the possible lawsuit and everything. And we're not going to deal with that. We're going to save the drama for that for later. And I'm going to go ahead and do an informative video and we're going to answer these questions. But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. But, for the record, he is very lucky that in that Twitter feed that he didn't use my real name when he said I had no education publicly. Because that alone would be grounds for a lawsuit. But let's get right into these questions. So, first question. What routine should someone do after your 5x5? Alright, to help you guys out, the people who are using the 5x5, if you go to the video that the actual program is in, I have a video response actually answering this question of what I recommend for intermediates. And a lot of times, and as messed up as it sounds, even though I make routine recommendations and a host of different routines, how to find routines, what sort of people to go to, it's all there, but sometimes I like for intermediates to try to write their own routines. And normally I don't advise people to write their own routines, but I think sometimes it can help them learn that they really do need a structured program, that they can make better progress, and at least the majority of people can, if they're on a structured program. Some people will make gains if they have decent genetics and they just train hard enough without a structured program. They'll still make fantastic gains. But most people really need a structured program of some type. And it lets people learn that they need that, and it can let people know how their body will or won't respond to certain things, because when they're on a structured program, of course they're going to make gains if they're on a good program. But then when they try to branch out a little bit and experiment a bit and write their own stuff, people learn a little bit about the way their body personally responds to things. And so I think sometimes intermediates, it's good for them to just try to do different things and write their own program just to learn a little more about their own body. And then if that fails, then they go back and they use a proper intermediate routine written by an expert. And I've listed quite a few for you guys in the video and how to find them. Alright, next question. Do you think it's possible to increase by total by 150 kilograms or more in the next 5 years? Currently around 300 kilograms, considering I train properly. I've been lifting for 1.5 years now. I think you're honestly shortchanging yourself by asking that question, because I think that your goal to add another 150 kilograms to your total, which is a little over 300 pounds, that's around 330 pounds, to your total, that's a little over 100 pounds that each year lifts over 5 years, and you've only been training a year and a half. I don't think that's a problem at all. I think if anything you should shoot for more than that. Because that would put you at around a 450 total, and if you're already at 300 kilograms, I think you should be shooting for something closer to a 500 to 600 kilogram total. It might actually be possible for you from where you are, if you really bust your ass and you eat right, to double your total, not just increase it 50% over the next 5 years. So I think you're shortchanging yourself a little bit there, and I'm talking even for a natural lifter. Because even with average genetics, a very dedicated, drug-free lifter who has been training for 6.5 years, they eat correctly, they get enough calories, enough protein, enough nutrition, and they use good training programs and they train hard, a 450 kilogram total, unless you're at a very light body weight, is actually quite low. And so accordingly, I think you should shoot a bit higher than that, to be honest. Alright, next question. Thoughts on the molestation of Doris the sheep by Puss on camera in background in your video on Spotting Fake Natties Part 3. Well, actually, that was not rape. For people who are familiar with the animal kingdom, and particularly mammals and herd animals, you may or may not be aware that mounting each other and dry humping is actually a sign of dominance in the animal kingdom, and particularly with social animals and herd animals like that. And so what was actually happening is that Puss was not raping Ryan Doris the sheep, he was just exerting his dominance over him. And I think it's important to make the distinction between the two. So basically, Puss was dominating Ryan Doris the sheep for everybody to see. And really, I've got to watch Puss because he's bad about doing stuff like that on camera without me knowing. And I didn't know he did that. He was back there doing that. I wasn't aware of it until after the video was done, and I didn't want to reshoot it. So, bad Puss. Alright guys, that's the end of part 1. I'm going to do 3 more of these questions in part 2. So I will talk to you next time.